Hi, and welcome back to another Hearts of Iron 4 video. Today we're going to be doing something which I think is relatively straightforward, that being the Sunset Invasion. If we head over to the achievements on the Hearts of Iron 4 wiki, it says that the best way to do the Sunset Invasion, which is to occupy a coastal province in Europe as Mexico, with a faction that only contains South American members or puppets, is by using basically the following strategy of going after Denmark and landing in Iceland after going after Greenland. While I don't necessarily think this is a bad way of doing it, I have noticed that the AI has slightly changed in that they really like to defend their ports and they really like to defend cities, while previously I felt like the AI just didn't care so much. And frankly, I think there's just a more fun way to do it. So, without further ado, let's give it a go. So the key plan to playing Mexico typically involves trying to balance off supporting General Cedillo with getting as many focuses done as possible. The main thing I'm going to be focusing on is the Spanish Civil War refugees so that I can become as friendly as possible with Spain so I can focus on my main target of Portugal. The fun thing about Mexico is not really needing to worry too much. You kind of can just relax when playing as it. It seems that my general has got ill, but more important than that, I have never seen this portrait before. This has to be a new one. I've never seen this dude. Who even is this guy? Peculiar. Okay, now that we've supported Calais, my main goal is to go down for Revanchist Revolution, because instead of getting Salvador Abascal, we now get Calais instead, who is going to be our main man for what we have in store, the Spanish Civil War. So it's mega important that we ensure that we get down to support Civil War refugees and supporting whichever side we plan to support in the Civil War. That's because we get tons of army and naval XP, both of which are super important for what we've got going on. I have noticed that the tensions are getting a little bit high. I'm not too worried though. I'm going to keep going until I can send over some volunteers and help in the Civil War. Okay, with Phalangist veterans on the way, once this is completed we can support the Spanish right, and hopefully this will all work out. Right, after spending enough time stockpiling equipment, we can now support the Spanish right. So we're up to 34 army experience, and that's just after our first supporting the Spanish right. I think what's happened here is the devs have forgot that doctrine cost is now calculated by spending army XP, and you get like, what, 20? Yeah, 20 army experience every time. So do 4 of these and that's a doctrine. Okay, first doctrine's up at 50% bonus, superior firepower. Wait, they're winning? Oh my goodness, they're winning very quickly. Wait, why are they winning so quickly? I stopped helping them. I haven't farmed them enough at all. Good, delay. In case you're wondering what I'm doing on the flip side, I've just been working down making sure that General Cedillo doesn't rebel. But I think it's time we enforce the Calais Law, which will allow us to get Revanchist Revolution. It's finally finished. So in total, I was able to get 1 naval doctrine, 2 army doctrines, and almost get to my 3rd. And I do think I got somewhat unlucky with a few too many naval shipments sunk, but you know, I'm pretty happy all in all. And there he is. I don't think I've ever seen his portrait in this form. Very high res. Now that we've got our new leader, I think we can in good faith create the Hispanic Alliance and start inviting members of South America to our faction. So without even trying, we can immediately invite Peru to our faction. Of course, the big one I'm going for is Brazil. Venezuela wants to join? Sure. The Dominican Republic wants to join? Sure. So a pretty good start if I do say so myself. And hopefully, Brazil joins the faction. Jesus, all of South America now has syndicist influence. Everybody. Okay, it's November 1938. I suppose we have to absolutely, if we must, deal with General Cedillo now. Right, hopefully this all goes to plan. In truth, it doesn't look to be going too bad at all. With that done, I'm going to move immediately onto Honduras and pin them down over here. That should let these units deploy immediately. So hopefully the majority of their units are stuck here. And we're pinning them down here using a naval invasion. So hopefully they can't redeploy off here and are going to be stuck between these 2 tiles. We might just win this naval invasion anyway. Yeah, that's looking pretty pinned down to me. In the meantime, we should probably get started on Central America. But let's integrate the south so we can core everything that we just conquered. Alright, Honduras down. Let's keep moving. And keep moving. And I think let's just finish it off and keep moving. So a small trick to remember is you have to do a naval invasion to get to the other side of Panama. But if you have Colombia on your side, you know they're going to stick a unit against the Colombian border. This is why you can just abuse this, and if everything lines up, you should have this pretty easily. So let's wrap this video up by trying to get the achievements and finishing it off. We're currently at 8.9% personal threat. That means that we basically can't do anything that's going to get us above 10% or the allies are going to start guaranteeing stuff. So I'm just going to Netflix and chill for a bit, wait until my personal threat has gone down, and then hopefully make this landing in Lisbon. In order to justify, we're going to need below 4%, so 3.9% personal threat or lower. It's going to be a bit of a wait, but it's not too difficult. So if you didn't know my full plan, the way I'm going to be able to make this huge jump all the way over here into the Iberian coast is basically we already have the range, but just to ensure that we have the connection, we can ask for docking rights from Nationalist Spain. We're on good terms with them because we helped them during the Spanish Civil War. So now we can go dock in southern Iberia. The beginnings of World War II. It's always the same. One could imagine you're playing a World War II simulation game. We're at 5.2%, so it's dropping bit by bit. It shouldn't be too much of a wait. Okay, if the early bird catches the worm, thanks to world tension being so high, the requirements for justification are much lower. So we can go in. 8.9%, nobody's going to guarantee Portugal. We're looking good. Okay, the justification is complete. It's time to find out whether we're completely mad or this is all going to work out. Oh, I see them. Look, they're defending the islands because they think I'm going to go island hopping. I'm not the Japanese. Don't be so silly. So they're 100% guarding Lisbon. But the question is, can we use the landings we got here to maybe push out somewhat? I mean, I have low expectations, but it's better than nothing, I suppose. Well, what we experienced in Portugal is an unmitigated disaster. We might have to go back to the drawing board. Okay, so after a completely cataclysmic disaster on the shores of Lisbon, I think our next plan should be a little stronger. I'm just hoping that getting landing craft will make this a lot more doable. It's ironic, isn't it, that I said that this would be easier than the Denmark strat? I think this is more so my failures, more so than the plan's failures. If it's any consolation though, I feel it is sort of representative that I said that the AI would be much more focused these days on defending all the small islands. Okay, there's no time like the present. Let's give this another go. Still keeping troops on every island. And it doesn't seem like they're above 24 units, so in theory I am going to be landing more units in Portugal than they have units at all. Alright, one unit is down, that's good. I think I'm just going to spread out as much as humanly possible. Oh, Sunset Invasion, bottom left. There we are. It just seems like we needed a few more units on the ground. Yep, we got the port. With the port secure, I mean, things are going to look a lot better for us now. Ah, yes. Just steamroll through. Okay, I think that is finally put that one to bed. Okay, so I could end here, but I'm sorry, I'm just determined. We came here with a good intention, and my intention is to take out Spain, to like have a stronghold in Europe. And Mexico did not come from Portugal. It's the result of Spain, so it only feels right that we go for Spain. Okay, the forces are roughly even. Hopefully I'll be able to take them down before they can get any more units out. We're actually opening up the south, which is really not what I expected. Usually I'm used to Galicia being open and pushing through the north. So yeah, an interesting shift from what I'm used to. Yeah, I'm going to be honest, it's not too difficult. I think they were pretty heavily entrenched in the north, but once we'd opened up the south, it's too easy now. Fantastic. So I call that a successful sunset invasion. We have successfully returned home all the way from where we started to Spain, except its direct rule from Mexico City. So with that, I think I covered my main 2 points, but just to reiterate them, army experience during the Spanish Civil War is super important because it gives you doctrines, and be very cautious about invading ports because the AI really loves to garrison ports these days. So going for an undefended Greenland and Iceland might not necessarily work as well as it used to. But with that, thank you very much for watching. If you liked, feel free to like, feel free to subscribe, and I'm going to go make a cup of tea. Bye.